4 felony counts. Former Lafayette Mayor President Josh Guillory now facing malfeasance charges. And since the indictment, I've been making phone calls, requesting statements, and following the paper trail. I'm Joshua Moten, your St. Martin Parish reporter, with a look at what we know so far.
Of course, now that an indictment's been filed, we have the power of subpoena, so we'll be subpoenaing all the records that we can get from the Lafayette Consolidated Government, emails, etc., amongst the players, the people who were involved.
With a grand jury indictment now filed against former Lafayette Mayor President Josh Guillory stemming from the 2022 Spoil Bank removal project along the Vermilion River, his defense team tells me they're preparing to challenge how this case moves forward.
Either want the case dismissed or we want a judge or jury to return not guilty verdicts on each and every count in the indictment.
He argues the grand jury may not have heard the full story.
There are a lot of witnesses that were not called to the grand jury that know a lot about what happened leading up to and through that project. And so I don't know that the grand jury got the entire picture.
St. Martin Parish Councilman Chris Tauzan said in a statement, in part, the parish is still pursuing the civil case against LCG and working on restoring the spoil banks back to their original state. On the civil side of the dispute, former St. Martin Parish President Chester Cedars tells me his priority remains restoring the spoil banks.
As a matter of fact, I've been invited to appear before the St. Martin Parish Council at its next meeting, just to sit down and have a chat with them about where to from now. How do we get this thing expedited?
Kevin tells me they have not yet received an arraignment date and are letting the legal process take its course. I've made attempts to reach out to attorney Glenn Lazard, who was on the Lafayette City Council during the project, but have not yet connected with him. I also reached out to the St. Martin Parish Sheriff, who was unavailable for an interview. Now, Kevin says they have not yet received the notice of an arraignment date, but that they will continue to let the legal process take its course. Reporting for St. Martin Parish, I'm Joshua Moten, your St. Martin Parish reporter with KATC TV3.